What's going on YouTube? It's your favorite cloud ninja CJ, and welcome to my how to climb out of bronze. This happens to be a Jayce top game, and you guys won't see it, but what's about to happen here is my Vayne is going to pretty much get caught out in a bush, and they give up. She gives up first blood, but it's okay. A lot of times I do realize that, you guys will rage and, talk trash to your teammate about dying, giving up first blood. But I mean, when that happens, usually I just say it's first blood. It is what it is, because sometimes it really doesn't really snowball anybody into any huge leads. I tend to give up first blood sometimes and end up dying as well, and I always end up winning the lane afterwards because I adjust to how they're playing, and then if there's one way they play, they can't change it up, I end up beating them anyway. But anyways, on to this matchup. I got Jayce in the top lane versus a Pantheon top. Doing champion select. I was going to go for Renekton or Riven, but then I saw Pantheon and I said, nah, there's no way I'm going to go Renekton or Riven. So I went with Jayce because I know Jayce is a better matchup versus Pantheon. Now, just a little bit about my Pantheon. I guess I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what I start item wise. I started Corruption Potion. Sometimes I usually start the Dawn's Blade. It kind of depends on the matchup. Like if I'm going against a Nasus, and I just want to harass him all day, and he's going to heal up, and I can heal up if he decides to try to come in and hit me or uses E to drop E's on me. I can just heal up, and I can also poke him down as well. So that's why I would choose the Dawn's Blade instead of a Corruption Potion. But Corruption Potion seems to be a lot better nowadays because Jayce, you can definitely sustain a lot more on him, and with the mana and stuff, you just use your mana wisely and make sure you land your accelerated shots and stuff like that. You should be pretty fine. Like I just landed one there, pretty simple. Now on to how to play this matchup and how to pretty much play Jayce and any other matchups. You want to be aggressive. You want to auto attack as much as possible. You want to jump to the bush. Once you auto attack and you take aggro from the minions, just go into the bush, come out, auto attack some more. Last hit. Make sure you're farming. And it should be a pretty easy lane. This is one of the lanes I really enjoy playing against Darius, and I don't even play against a lot of Darius because of the fact that I will tend to ban him just because I just don't want to deal with him and getting fed off of me if I make a mistake. But he's definitely one of my favorite matchups because I've crushed Darius in the past fairly easily using the Jayce. Now, what made me choose Jayce? It was EDG versus SKT and one of those league championship, world championships, and Pawn played as Jayce, and I was trying to get a kill right there, as you can see, but I see he backs off. So what I should have did is if I would have ignited him and jumped on him early, which I really didn't plan to, but then I realized I wasn't really in tower range when he tried to jump on me. I would have probably more than likely killed him there, but it's good that I play it safe because it forces him to back, which makes him lose CS. I'm up 16, he has 11, and he does have TP. He's on a TP here, so usually when someone TPs in, most people will back off, but what I decided to do is, well, he's going to be in my minion wave, and I'm hitting him back into the minion wave, and then I do decide to back off. Because if he would have kept chasing me, he would have died. He would have ran into the whole wave of minions, which was smarter of him not to do it. And I did have a feeling that Cho'Gath was down here, but that's a pretty bad Cho'Gath play because he definitely should have queued under me instead of think I was gonna walk right there close to him. He should have definitely got me. I'm not sure if I would have died from that because Pantheon was low and wasn't gonna follow up anyway, so I was pretty safe. Now at this point, I'm thinking in my head, well, now he's being a little aggressive, and that's probably just because Cho'Gath was just in lane, showed his face in lane. So I really don't know where Cho'Gath is, but I am keeping an eye out on where he could be at, and also keeping an eye out on how many minions I have, pushing up, so I can be somewhat safe. I spotted Rumble at the last minute, and I should have probably jumped on him a lot earlier, but I think it's fine. It's okay. Landing good damage there, so I decided to go ahead and go back. Ultimately in this game I ended up going 13-2, and it wasn't anything spectacular. I basically took the play it safe strategy. I picked the right fights, picked the right engages, got a couple of snipes, a couple of doubles here, a couple of doubles there, and just pretty much stayed death free for a while. First item I'm rushing is I am going for a Ghost Blade, then I follow up the Ghost Blade with Black Cleaver, and then I grab a Last Whisper, because the Cho'Gath I felt was kind of tanky. Actually, I think it was the Mortal Reminder that I get. I ended up going for that ultimately after the Last Whisper, because I realized that they had, characters that could heal pretty well, their Kali and the Cho'Gath. So if I had to attack them, I could, wither them down. But ultimately, the build I think ended up being Ghostblade, Black Cleaver, and I should get it. No, see, he ended up flashing, which is good because then I made him burn a flash. But I ended up getting, like I said, Ghostblade, Black Cleaver, Mortal Reminder, and I think Guardian's Angel. And if I didn't finish my Guardian's Angel, that's what I was kind of going for before the game had ended. I'm going to try to explain this matchup. If you're ever in a Jayce Pantheon situation, the matchup can go either way. It all depends on who's the aggressor more and who can manage that mana more. Now, if I was playing Pantheon versus a Jayce, which I kind of can play Pantheon as well, I would definitely be spamming my Qs hardcore. I understand that. I know I'm walking up to auto attack, and he basically has the walk up to auto attack for last hitting, and that's what pretty much puts him in a position where I can pretty much harass him. But if he runs up and auto attack and throws a Q, and he's trading Qs pretty much from my auto attacks, he's basically winning those trades because he's doing more damage, per harass. I decided to go roam here, and I saw Pantheon going mid, and I was like, all right, well, maybe I should go assist. But then he started coming back up. Then I thought to myself, could I fight? Is this a situation that I could fight him right now? And I thought I kind of second guessed myself. I probably could have killed him because I do have Ignite, but I said, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna play it safe. Right now, I'm 43 CS to 28. I go back and buy the serrated knife to give me a little bit of power spike here. So just go ahead and walk myself back to lane. But back to where I was explaining why I picked Jayce. I saw Edward Gaming going against SK Telecom, and Pawn was playing mid, and he was absolutely destroying. And I actually used to play my Jayce mid and do really, really well. That was like back early in late mid season 6, early season 6. Like I used to play a little bit of Jayce, so I kind of got the mechanics down pack a little bit. I mean, they're not perfect, but I feel like my mechanics are good enough. My decision making is good enough for me to be a decent Jayce player. And I've seen like amazing Jayce players. Supposedly you're supposed to shoot your Q before you drop your accelerated gate, but I've trained myself to drop the accelerated gate and then shoot Q and react really fast with it. So I mean, I kind of feel like it is what it is on that. That's just gonna remain that way. But as I was saying to you earlier, if you remain sitting here, he's dead, because yeah, he's definitely dead. If I switch back, it's over. Switch back to the cannon, boom, he's dead. But if the aggressor wins this match, and the person who managed their mana the most pretty much wins this match, and once you get them low enough, you just pretty much go in on them if they decide to stick around and not respect the damage that you can do. Jayce does a lot of burst damage, and I like to be able to land my accelerated shots before I switch to hammer mode and jump on them. This just kind of maximize the damage, but a lot of times I can just kind of wither them down, poke them down with constantly accelerated gates, regular Qs, and poke, just auto attacks. And that's one of the main things I like about Jayce, is because he's very versatile. Now right here in this play, I thought I might die, but then I realized, nah, I probably won't die. We're able to knock him away, pretty much switch stances, and then get that speed boost. Hit me with another Q, and if he would hit me with another Q, I would have died. So I was able to safely get out of there and go back, which was good for me. And that's one of the great things I like about Jayce, is that the hammer allows you to have that yourself peel. If someone jumps on you, you can definitely either switch back to your cannon, and then you can get some breathing room when they try to get on you, because a lot of the champions that beat Jayce are the gap closer champions, where it's hard for you to react, or you're only able to do your Q, your E, and knockback, and if they can gap close to you again, then it's brutal. I played against an Akali top before, and it was rough because she was shrouded a lot. It was hard to hit her, and then she jumped to you, then she jumped to you again. So even if I knocked her back on one of the hits, it really didn't matter. Now I think I do end up getting another kill right here as well. I don't really know what he's doing. I was trying to knock him into the tower range, but unfortunately he didn't go into tower range. We did end up getting that kill. And it was a little risky because I was in a lot of the minions, and I probably shouldn't have been in a lot of the minions. I know this is probably late to mention this, but I will put it in the description. But my masteries are, I think I'm running, I might be running standard 80 page. I think I'm running standard 80 page. I think it might be 980 marks. I think I'm running scaling health, 1.33 scaling health. Seals, and then magic resist, blues, and then my quints are attack damage. What else is there? Oh, I could be running the lethality with the non-lethality, but I'll whatever it is, I will figure it out, and I'll definitely let you guys know. I'll drop it in the comment for those who want to know what's the masteries that I'm running. But other than that, I mean, what I like to do, I like to farm a lot. I know farm is a key to getting a lot of gold so you can win. Now, right now, I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I decided to go in that bush and back because there was no way in the world I was ready to go and help in that fight. And I probably shouldn't even showed myself over here because my team was kind of looking like, you know, are you coming over here to help? You know, we're trying to, you know, get this fight. And I'm like, nah, I'd die if I go in there. So I ended up going back. 73 to 70 CS. Pantheon is catching up. He has 3 cloth armor, boots, pot, and serrated knife. So he's definitely trying to stack armor up, and I guess avoid me, you know, doing that damage. But because of the lethality from the ghost blade, Yuma's ghost blade, it definitely helps, you know, to alleviate that. Now Pantheon, I think in him ulting, he ults mid, which I feel like it's fine. It's fine because what I would do is just shove this lane. And that's what I plan on doing. Whenever I see a top laner leave the lane, that's when I just do a hard push. And it forces them to come back top, or, I mean, we might trade a tower for a tower, which they might take mid, but I'll be taking the top tower, or at least get more damage on it. Instead of rushing mid to try to help when I know that me standing there won't do anything because I can't defend it. You know, I can't defend that turret. I don't have enough damage right now in this stage of the game to, you know, land any accelerate shots that's gonna like do a significant amount of damage that's gonna make them retreat. Now later in the game, now he tries it again, same thing, still don't die. And actually I wanted to land that shot so bad because I knew that I would be able to win a fight, but unfortunately the minion blocked it. So right now what I'm doing is I am waiting to see if Pantheon comes within range. I'm going to land that accelerated shot from that bush. I'm gonna hammer up, and I'm just pretty much gonna take him out. And I do have ignite up, so I know that he will die. So if he does, all right. So boom, got that. Q, ignite, E, he's dead. Very simple. Simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, that's pretty much the combo. Combo accelerated shot, get close enough, hammer. Now to do the full combo, you want to accelerate shot, QW to get that attack speed, and then when you go into your hammer, you'll have a attack speed on your hammer hits, on your hammer auto attacks. Now I end up getting away from this. Now I did knocked up. Hold up, did it end up killing me? Oh no, I think I ended up escaping from this. This Cho'Gath was funny. Like this is the second time this Cho'Gath has tried. I think I got knocked up here. Nah, I think he killed me. He bit me. Yeah, I don't know what executed me, but I thought I got away there. Now I'm thinking in my head now, like, you know, it would have been better for me to fight him there, even though. Now I'm taking a look at what I have: 89 CS to 72, 3, and I'd be 3-0 at the time. He's 1-0. Maybe. I mean, I may have been to jump on him, scare him a little bit, make him back off, but I kind of felt like I could get away, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get away, which is fine. Yeah, it sucks dying mid game. You should never die mid game. But that's one of my 2 deaths that happened, and I don't know how long this game goes on for. And one of the things I wanted to ask you guys, if you've made it this far in the video, I know a lot of times I watch other guides, and you know, sometimes people do live commentary and sometimes people do post commentary with the edits. Do you guys like the, you know, long videos like this where I kind of talk the whole time about stuff, or would you rather me kind of like just break the video down and show focal points. Definitely let me know in the comments. I definitely enjoyed the feedback for those who I know want to learn and figure, do they feel that this is too long, this is too much, you can't really sit through and watch this, or do you feel like, you should definitely edit the video and make it shorter and just kind of go over the key points and key factors. The thing about that is I realized if I do it that way, the video would be fairly short. It'd be a fairly short video if I do it that way, because a lot of the times how I play, I rotate a lot, and as you will see, I'm kind of running back here. But then again, maybe this will help too, as I'm kind of explaining, because this is like one of my first time doing one of these post commentary, kind of like watch the replay and kind of go over what I'm doing, what I'm thinking at the time. Now, right here would have been a really good time to engage, but I didn't trust it because I didn't really know where the other enemies were. So we have no vision in their jungle. Now they go ahead and spot me, and I was thinking about trying to take a collie out, but I end up just kind of going around, and I knew they was probably trying to start on the I forget the name of that dang thing, but I knew they was trying to start on that. So I just wanted to kind of show my face and kind of see, like, like what's good, and my team ended up goes in, and I wanted to land that celebrate shot on that person. It ended up getting blocked by that my goodness, the fact that I can't even remember what the name of it is right now, because I hardly ever go for it when I definitely should go for it, because it's a pretty good summon to get. But that's funny. Someone correct me in the comments, let me know what it is. But I know at the end of this video I'll kind of know. But basically, I wanted to land a hit on him, but I wasn't able to because the shot got blocked, and that would have netted me another kill. Also, one important thing, Jayce is not tanky at all, so you have to watch your position. You have to, in a sense, play him like a ADC. Watch your positioning, watch where you are, because if you don't, you can be deleted quickly, and that's not good, because he offers so much in a team fight, and he's a really good one-on-one duelist, especially if you're landing those accelerated shots. Those things start to hit for a lot of damage as the game goes on and on. So you definitely, want to make sure you're not dying and giving up kills. Just kind of be aware of your surroundings and where you are, and kind of read what the enemy is doing, and then figure out what you need to do, or if you were the enemy, what would you try to do? So they actually was trying to go for it, and I shoot that shot there just to kind of put some damage on them, scare them a little bit. I figured we won't be able to do anything, so I go ahead and back off, and I think they do end up getting it. I do remember now, this is the part of the game where they end up taking it. They end up coming top. So the Rift Herald. So they end up getting the Rift Herald. They come top lane, and my team is kind of telling me to leave. And I'm thinking in my head, well, no, I'm trying to hold down my turret. And I was thinking in my head, well, no, I need to defend my turret. And I was just thinking that Pantheon was coming by himself, and didn't realize that Cho'Gath and Akali and Pantheon were both coming. And I should have known that. I should have kind of guessed that. But this is where you would hope that your team. This is where you would hope that your team would get other objectives, like take a tower, and I think they. So yeah, this is what you kind of want your team to kind of like push and farm and push up, like they're kind of doing right here. Push up, get the tower. When Pantheon comes ulting in, kind of defends that, which is fine. It is what it is. But that's Dragon that could have been taken if they felt like they couldn't get mid, and they ended up taking that. And I kind of, I got a little upset in the game. I just basically said one thing was, 3 top, but you guys are not doing anything. And then someone was like, well, we did tell you to, we were telling you to be careful. I didn't say anything else, because one of the things I do realize, you can drop your team's morale, and you can basically put your team on tilt like really quickly by your attitude. So I just went ahead and just shut my mouth after that. I didn't type anymore. I just kind of good job, good pick, get this. Because one of the things, I've been playing this game since 2013, and that's what, like 4 years now. And one of the things I learned, that I used to be one of those people that would feed into trash talk. And, folks would be like, well, oh, you trash, you're garbage. I mean, of course I'm trash and garbage. I'm learning the game, I'm learning champions, I'm trying to get good with them. And they would trash talk me, and I would just feed into it and talk back to them, and I realized I would spend a lot of time just kind of stopping at where I am, and this type of whole, typing my sentence out and not being productive anymore, losing out on farm, losing out on, you know, pressure on the map. So I stopped typing. I only type when I die, basically, for the most part, because typing when you're alive is kind of stupid, unless you type really quick to your team or what you want them to do. But other than that, never get into any type of argument or debate with your teammate, because I mean, the thing is, you both gonna think you guys are right, like, oh, I'm right, you're wrong, and you know, whatever. So just don't do it. Like I said, I did go 13-2. Right, currently I am 3-2. So basically, how I like to play mid game is I like to play tactical. I make tactical pauses a lot. It's where I can get an idea and read the enemy team. If I feel like, hey, I want to go to this red buff, but I feel like the team might try to converge over and come towards me, I'll pause and try to see if they cross any, you know, vision or whatever. I let Romo get that red because it is his, and I didn't really feel like, you know, it mattered too much far as like, well, you know, I got it, let me get it because I'm here. I mean, I'm a team player. I'm a really big advocate for team play, and I'll give up buffs and whatever, you know, in a heartbeat, because I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, that was mine and you took it, and then they get mad and leave the game. It's like the easiest way to lose the game is your team. You know, your team can cause you to lose really fast because they get upset. I'm trying to see exactly how this play ended up turning out, but I think this is where the tables turn severely. Yeah, this is where the tables turn severely. So I'm able to take out a Kali. We got that Branson right. Then I end up killing Brand as well. Now this Brand is, I think, a support, and he has a pretty good amount of damage, and we're able to get an assist off of him. But this is what I think where the game kind of turns around a lot, where they pick up those 2 kills on the mid and that support, because they were basically a good amount of their damage. Right now, Kali being 4-3 and 4, and she was 4-2 at the time with 150 CS. She's doing a lot better than, you know, I'm doing CS wise, as well as their ADC. So it would have been nice to kill that ADC, but unfortunately we wasn't able to catch him out. But now I want to talk a little bit about the team comps. The team comps we have is pretty solid, especially late game, because Alistar is so tanky. And he pretty much is the distraction, and we have a lot of long range attacks where we can poke with Valkaz and myself. So I really like that we have the ability to do that. That Telegraph is super duper tanky. When I shot that blast, I had to look at what items he had, and I was like, man, he has a pretty good amount of health and some armor. I had definitely was like, yeah, it's definitely after this. That's when I decided that I was going to build the That's when I decided I was going to build a Last Whisper. So there, see how I'm playing? I'm playing very conserved. I'm not going to just go rushing in, because like I said, it's the easiest way to die on Jayce is to go straight in and go and hammer, and then pretty much you get CC and locked down, you can just die instantly. So what I like to do is pick my shots and make sure that if I do jump in, that I'm going to make sure I take someone out. I try to land some accelerated shots as well. I thought we was going to fight right there, but it looked like we end up not fighting, because my team decided to turn around, which was probably smart, because we were, you know, lower than they were, and they could have outplayed us pretty hard. One good old Brando, and it would have been a wrap. So I'm not sure if this was one of the longer games, and this is one of the main reasons why I was thinking about editing the video, because I kind of feel like if I can just show, you know, all the before the team fight happened and stuff like that, it kind of cuts out all of this unnecessary like me walking, going to the jungle and farming and stuff like that, and pushing the lanes out. But I guess that's another thing as well I can talk about. Like, so if you see an enemy shoving the lane and you know that there's not a potential for like the enemy to try to flank you due to the positioning on the map, I would just go ahead and push that wave back out, or make the wave even, so that now it's an even wave and it keeps clashing at the top of the map instead of like having that pressure all the minions. Because the more waves they clear and the waves you don't clear, that's all the waves that's going to come pushing into your base. And if the minions just naturally fight each other, they end up winning due to numbers. So it's a numbers game when it comes to the minions and the pressure and the split pushing. And another thing as well I thought about, boom, got that shot. Now I understand that Valkaz did most of the damage there, but was able to pick up that double kill. I do feel like a lot of the kills is because of my team, you know, making pretty smart plays and good engages in CC, which is how it allowed me to land some easy accelerated shots. So definitely kudos to my team on this one. That's one of the best assets you have in this game is your team, and if you can work with your team and not argue, you win more games. This is hands down proven fact. You win more games if you just don't argue. Now it was 13-13. It's 18-14. As you can see, we end up getting about a five kills more to their 1 kill more. Now I was thinking about, alright, so what ended up happening here? Did I end up killing him? No, I don't think I ended up killing him. He's just too tanky. So I said, you know, I'm not gonna go back in there. So I decided to go ahead and go around. So there's just no way. So I wanted to go around when I probably was safe to go in. I'm not sure. Alright, so, you know, just kind of using that accelerated gate just to kind of chunk them a bit and kind of scare them and keep them off. I'm not going to go in here because this would be a bad idea. Got this Callista in this brand. Okay, shut down. Looks like they're going to pick up their dragon, which is fine. If I'm thinking correctly, I will go ahead and start pushing this mid lane back out. Another keynote, guys, is let's just say enemy team, that whole team is around dragon, and I do understand that you feel like, well, the enemy team is taking the dragon, we need to go ahead and do something. But if your team is dead and it's like one person, don't ping spam that one person to try to go take the dragon. There's just no way that person is going to be able to take the dragon. Like, come on now. Like, it's going to end up happening. They're going to take the dragon and end up killing that person and catching them, and then it's going to snowball, and then they have no person to defend at all whatsoever, and they're just going to pretty much run it down mid and take more objectives. So you have to just be smart. Give up the dragons. If you can't get the dragon and there's no way you can get the dragon, just let it go. Alright, boom. So I think this is where this gets pretty cool right here. Another thing, how I play my Jayce, I also will pill a lot if possible. If I jump on somebody and I can't burst them down and they end up getting in the back of their team, I'll pill. I'll just pill, and I'll pill whoever is jumping on my AD carriers off. Even though I know that I'm a huge asset far as the damage goes, but like I said, I like to be a team player. And I like to know, because in my opinion, ADCs will do the most damage regardless. If you can get them fed and get them more gold, they're going to do more damage regardless. Their auto attacks do just a lot more than yours will ever do. So I'd rather have them. And this Pantheon decides to ult then, I guess, and try to do a steal, but that was a negative. I just go ahead and let him die, and I saw this brand, and I was thinking, man, I'm about to die. But good thing good thing that a heal popped up. Otherwise, man, I've been a little screwed. Good thing Volkaz had that heal mid, man. It's OP. I don't know if it is, but it seemed like it was in that situation. And there you go. Right now, 9-2. So that quickly, you know, I go from 3-2 to 9-2 because just making the right decisions. You know, getting some shock blasters off in the right places, and just gotta be smart in this game. That's it, guys. Just be smart, guys. Like, don't rush stuff. You can't rush the success in this game. You gotta take your time. Especially if you don't know what you should do, you kind of gotta evaluate what the enemy team may try to do. And if you were the enemy team, what would you do as the enemy team right now to try to get a lead? And you know what? Let's take time to think about that. So let's just say they're down, what's it, 20, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, down, what, 6 kills? Yeah, they're down 6 kills right now, and they're down about 2.3k gold. Yeah, something like that, 2.3k gold, which is not that big. But the problem is, this is the problem. They kept getting picked. That was the problem. They was getting picked. I know they were trying to set up wards in their jungle, but that usually is one of the things that happens as a support. You end up, you know, that end up happening. But then this is where the guys, that can't happen though. You gotta understand, you can't allow that to happen, because things like this would then happen. It would just snowball out of control. See, right now their whole team is balled up, and they're all gonna pretty much die, and it's pretty much gonna be GG from here, because one person dying led to the whole team dying. Brand would have been a really good defensive, you know, personnel to have to keep us from sieging, even with the Baron buff. So him dying pretty much snowballed and caused two extra people to die, and then that pretty much was just game, you know, and that was it. You know, we focused the objectives, wasn't trying to, you know, focus on killing them. I know for me, I will go for the objectives, but then if I see a teammate taking too much damage, I'll go in and get some kills. So I pick up a lot of the kills right here at the end. It's pretty interesting. Boom, double. So a few doubles here, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you climb out of bronze with Jayce top. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. I will see you guys on the next how-to video. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed. Peace.